Yeah, I have.
What sort of things?
Well, you know, a lot of people call me really names. You know, they go around the corridor and they punch me and they trip me up or whatever.
He's a quiet boy and he's a kind boy and he would never bully anybody else. And that's the type they pick on, the type that can't fight back.
Did you ask for any help from the staff?
Occasionally. Well, only once or twice. But it carried on. I mean, I think it's still the same after a couple of weeks. Oh, yeah, it died down. And then it came back.
What do you think the staff should have done then?
Thrown the kids out that done it. I mean, it shouldn't be tolerated. Anyone that makes people's life a misery shouldn't be allowed to have an education.
I think they're real scum. I think they're not very nice people.
Mark Hall is 14 and over 6 feet tall. In the past, he's been accused of disrupting lessons and bullying.
Is that understood? Right, you may go now.
His friend John Williams has also been disciplined for intimidating other pupils.
And what does whore mean?
A prostitute.
A prostitute. And is she?
No, sir.
So you're insulting her?
Yes, sir.
I smoke.
Mark has been sent home after a confrontation with a teacher in class. The head and deputies discussed the incident.
And then he got up and right into David's face, according to David, he said, F off. And then David suggested that he went out of the class and he said, well, it wouldn't bother him leaving this shitty class, and stalked out.
Do you have a seat, please?
John has been called to his year head, Francis Wardle. After a disagreement in class, he wrote a letter to a girl, again calling her a whore.
How would you feel if I sent that home to your parents? How would you feel about that? Or what would your parents say?
I suppose they'd be quite angry.
I think they would be shocked, wouldn't they? I was shocked. I hope, John, that in the school that we treat people with respect in terms of teachers to pupils and pupils to other pupils. I don't call that respect. I'm quite upset by that, actually.
Do you regret writing whore in that letter?
I regret writing the whole letter, any of the letter. It was stupid.
But do you regret it because you think it was an unpleasant thing to say, or because you got caught?
Because I got caught.
The school tries to work with aggressors and victims. For the first time at Park, a social skills group has been set up. It's aimed at the children who aren't coping with school.
So we've got to try and give you a bit more confidence, haven't we, to cope with that. Not to go and beat them up, but to stick up for yourself a bit more. If things ever get too nasty, you know, you must go and tell the teacher. You will, won't you?
We're going to look at something that's going to help you.
Invited to this lunchtime group are some of the school's more vulnerable pupils. Not all, but some are bullying victims. Others, often through excessive shyness, lack confidence, the ability to communicate and make friends.
When I first mentioned this in the staff meeting, some members of staff were extremely worried about it. There was a lot of panic. I felt very threatened at the meeting because the queries that were raised were in such a panicky tone. I thought, my God, it's, you know, we're not asking them. It's not going to be a psychologist's course.
Among the pupils in the group is Bina.
Is there a particular part that you would be happiest doing? Would you like to do the lips, which was your... Or would you like to do maybe words?
She's enormously shy. I mean, tremendously shy. But I think there's more than just being shy. Her lack of confidence is something rare, I think.
Or do you feel you could do any bit that you were asked to do? Yeah? Do you want to have a little think about that?
She doesn't try and make any sort of comment, let it be a joke or anything else. One of the things we talked about as staff was whether or not she's ever played.
Matthew is very different. Teachers feel he's too outspoken and too often wants his own way.
We've got some comments over here. So.
Go on.
Yeah, what did you think?
It's okay. What do you mean it's okay? Brilliant.
Accepting other people's decisions, right? That doesn't mean just sitting there and going yes, yes, yes. It means putting your point of view like you did today, but not getting upset and not getting annoyed if you don't get your own way, all right? Yeah?
And there's Armin, a cheerful, outgoing boy from Iran who's being bullied.
I don't like fight. I can beat them up, but I'm not.
No, and I think you're quite right. I don't think fighting's the answer.